Time for some adventure with 5 Indiana Jones movies. And this might be an interesting ranking, but hear me out. Hey guys, welcome to another franchise ranking video by Jay Mere. And this time I'm gonna rank the 5 Indiana Jones movies from the one I like the least till my absolute favorite of the franchise. Yes, Indiana Jones. Let's talk about this amazing franchise. I'm very excited to do this video. It's gonna be very interesting. And I love Indiana Jones. I love the character. He's a very amazing character, a very likable character. It's a character that you look up to when you were a kid. And the movies. I love the movies. I really adore them. Everyone. And Indiana Jones is one of those childhood franchises. You know, franchises you watch when you are younger, when you're growing up, when you are a kid. And for me, that's Indiana Jones, Lord of the Rings, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Harry Potter. And Indiana Jones, like I said, I adore those movies. I grew up with those movies. I watched them a lot. So, yeah, it is one of my favorite franchises ever. And recently, a few weeks ago, the 5th movie came out. And I know I'm a bit late to the party with this video. Most other YouTubers have already put their ranking video online. But I needed some time to figure out the position of the 5th movie in the franchise ranking. I needed some time to think on that. And now I have figured it out. I have given the 5th movie a position. And like I said, it might be a very interesting ranking. Some of my positions for movies will surprise you, but that makes it more fun. And like I said, there are 5 movies we're gonna rank. 4 of them are directed by Steven Spielberg, one of the greatest movie directors of all time. He made 3 of them already in the 80s. 20 years after the 3rd one, he came back to the franchise to make a 4th movie with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, the first Indiana Jones movie that I saw in the theaters. And since the 4th movie came out, there were already talks, there were rumors, there were plans to make a 5th movie with Harrison Ford as the title character. But the whole process was probably very difficult because it took 15 years for the 5th movie to come. And this year we finally have that 5th movie. It's not the best conclusion we could have hoped for, but it's good enough. So let's rank all the 5 Indiana Jones movies. And we're gonna start at number 5, and this might be the first shocker. I have Temple of Doom. Yes, the 2nd Indiana Jones movie is my least favorite one. This is also a prequel movie. This is chronologically, it's actually the movie that takes place the first. But why do I have this on the last place? Well, for me, this movie feels the most different one of the bunch. It does not really have that same vibe, the same mood as the other ones. The other movies are very clear adventure movies, where Indiana Jones goes on a quest. This is not the case with Temple of Doom, and that's why Temple of Doom feels different. In Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones is literally dropped in a country where he has to find a stolen rock by those people from the village. So he goes to the palace to figure out who stole the rock. And that's basically this movie. It's not really an adventure. It feels more horror-ish than really adventure. That's not really a problem per se, but just feels different. And also, the movie has some little things that each time I rewatch the movie, I'm annoying more with those little things. So first of all, the lack of a quest in this movie, the darker tone. It's a very dark movie, and for some of you, this is a reason why this is the best Indiana Jones movie. I get that. Not really a reason for me to really like the movie. And also the character of Willy. She's just really annoying. I don't like the fact that Indiana Jones is possessed in this movie. The scenes with the crocodiles, I don't know, it just really feels cheap. And the most annoying thing about this movie is that the characters are jumping out of a plane while the plane is crashing in a rubber boat, and they land perfectly. That's just stupid. So there are those little things that don't really like the movie for me. But like I said, I still really like the movie, besides those annoying little things. It's still a cool movie, the third act is still amazing, and I really like the character Shortwound. So there are things to like in this movie, but also there are things in this movie that I annoy more and more each time that I rewatch the film. Maybe it's still a phase, maybe in a few years I'm gonna like this movie a lot more than I do now. But as for now, it comes at number 5. At number 4 we have the new one, The Dial of Destiny. And I actually really like this movie. I was actually very entertained. It was a very enjoyable watch. It was actually everything I had hoped for a new Indiana Jones movie, so I was very entertained. It's not a perfect movie. There are some flaws, especially in certain choices they made concerning the character of Indiana Jones. They make him a grumpy old man. Okay, he is old. You cannot work around that. That is actually fine. I actually liked him as this old man doing these stuff for younger Indiana Jones. But the grumpy aspect was a bit annoying. That was not really needed in this film. And also, what they did with his son in this film, I really didn't like that at all. That was just very, very stupid. Also, the woman's sidekick, played by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, I think that is her name, not sure. I think she was just very annoying. At the end of the movie she was okay, but especially in the beginning and the middle, she was really annoying. And certain sequences, they don't really work. Like the diving sequences, that was just a bit boring. And that's maybe a problem this movie has. It misses that Spielberg touch, the Spielberg vibe that the other 4 movies have. That was a bit lacking. But still, it's an adventure movie. Really like the quest Indiana Jones is taking. The opening scene on the train during World War II, that was very amazing. Really loved that opening scene. There are cool locations, cool action scenes. So there are still a lot to like in this movie, and I was very entertained watching this movie. I was waiting 15 years for this movie. We finally have a new Indiana Jones movie, and I'm very glad we have a new Indiana Jones movie. I really like this movie. It could have been better, but for what it is, I really liked it. So the next 3 in my ranking, those 3 are the best Indiana Jones movies. Those are Indiana Jones movies that I adore. I really would say that they are amazing masterpieces. And at number 3, we have Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. This is the 4th Indiana Jones movie. And most of the Indiana Jones fans, will have this movie at the bottom place. And I don't know why, but I love this movie. I loved it since the day it came out, and I'm still loving it. And this movie gets a lot of hate from most of you people, and I don't always understand why, to be honest. I think it's just an amazing movie. It's just everything that you could want from an Indiana Jones movie, that you love from an Indiana Jones movie, is in this movie. We have Indiana Jones still at his best. Marion Ravenwood is back. There are cool chase scenes, cool locations, cool action scenes. It's a great quest, so there is just a lot to like in this movie. So I don't know why this is so hated. Okay, the casting of Shia LaBeouf as the son of Matt Williams gets a bit of hate, but actually I think he is okay in this movie. Matt Williams is actually a decent character. Other thing that gets a lot of hate is the whole refrigerator scene. Okay, yes, maybe it's a bit unbelievable, but you have to admit, that was just a cool scene. That whole opening scene when he has to escape from the Russians, he goes to that nuke town, then there is this bomb, and then he fly in a refrigerator. Okay, maybe he should not have survived that, but keep in mind, this guy drank from the Holy Grail in the previous movie. It does not maybe give him the immortal life, but I believe it gives him some strength to survive certain things a normal people would not. And also, and this may be a thing that I could agree with, is the whole alien aspect of the film. I like it that it focuses on an alien storyline, but I don't like that they are interdimensional beings. That was just really stupid. Just keep it an aliens. That was fine enough. So the ending was a bit problematic, but overall most of this movie is just amazing. So that's why it's number 3 for me. At number 2 we have the original one, Raiders of the Lost Ark. And to be honest, this is a perfect movie. I have nothing negative to say about this film. From start to finish, it was perfect. It was fantastic. It was amazing. It was awesome. We were introduced to characters like Indiana Jones, Salar, Marion Ravenwood. Balak was an amazing villain. The adventure was great with the whole quest of the Lost Ark. It has also a really good pacing. There is not a one boring moment or a slow moment. It keeps moving, and that is just so amazing. So yeah, nothing negative to say about this. This is a classic, and it is one of the best movies ever made. One of the best Spielberg movies ever made. The only reason why it's number 2 for me is that I slightly like my number 1 a bit more for reasons I will dive into. So let's go to that number 1. By elimination you will already know what my number 1 Indiana Jones movie is, and that is obviously Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, the third movie. The initial movie to end the conclusion. And this movie is just so much fun for me. I love this movie. It has an amazing opening scene with the train. Not as amazing as the opening scene of the first one. That is just an awesome opening scene. But the train sequence with River Phoenix as young Indiana Jones was amazing. I really liked the locations. I really liked the adventure of the Holy Grail. Yeah, the action scenes, the chase scenes, they were top notch. And why this is a bit more fun for me than the first movie and why it's coming at number 1 is the whole father-son aspect with Sean Connery as Henry Jones, the father of Indiana Jones. That was just the heart of this film. This is what makes this movie so brilliant and so much fun, because this is really the most fun of any movie that I can have. It's definitely one of my 10 favorite movies of all time. I really love Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. So guys, this was my ranking of all 5 Indiana Jones movies. Keep in mind, I like all these movies. They are my This is one of my childhood franchises. I grew up with those films. I will always adore these films. Indiana Jones is one of my heroes. So, hope you like my ranking. Always be free to give your ranking in the comments. Would really love to read those. And so yeah, and I see you till the next time.